Hi guys, welcome to my channel, Handmade by April. I'm April. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to make this octopus for a preemie. Now what this octopus is supposed to do, the head is supposed to be like a placenta, and the tentacles are supposed to be like the umbilical cord. The materials that you're going to need for this project are going to be a 4.25mm hook, a pair of scissors, and size 4 yarn, and polyfill. But if you don't have polyfill, you can also use scrap yarn and a de-shedding brush. To begin, you are going to take your yarn and make a slip knot, like so. Insert your hook. Then you're going to make a chain of 2, so 1 and 2. Now you're going to put 8 half double crochets into your first chain. So 1, 2, 3. If you don't know how to do a half double crochet, you yarn over, insert your hook into the stitch, yarn over, pull that loop through, then yarn over and pull that loop through all of the other loops. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now you're going to pull your tail tight and slip stitch into your first stitch. You're going to slip through all 3 of the loops. So yarn over, pull through the stitch, and pull through the loop. Now chain 1. You're going to be working the tail into your project so that you don't have to weave it in later. So half double crochet 2 into the first stitch. Oops, got my tail. So this, and just throw it on the back of the hook like that. Okay, so 1 and 2. Now you're going to continue to half double crochet 2 in each stitch all the way around. So now you should have 16 stitches. Just slip stitch into your first stitch, and you can cut off your tail if you want. If not, it's just going to sit inside your octopus. So the next row you are going to chain 1, and then you're going to put a half double crochet into the first stitch, and then in the next stitch you are going to put 2 half double crochets. 1, 2, and then 1 half double crochet, and then 2 half double crochets in the next stitch. Repeat this pattern, putting 2 half double crochets into every other stitch all the way around till you get back to the beginning. Now to end your row, slip stitch into the first stitch, start the next one, chain 1. Now you're just going to put 1 half double crochet in every stitch all the way around. Once you finish that row, slip stitch into your first stitch, then chain 1, and now you're going to be increasing again, so put 1 half double crochet into the first stitch, 1 half double crochet into the second stitch, and then 2 half double crochets into the third stitch. So again, 1 half double crochet in the next stitch, 1 half double crochet in the next, then 2 half double crochets into the next. Repeat this pattern all the way around, putting 2 half double crochets into every third stitch. That's going to be it for your increase rows. So to end the row, slip stitch into your first stitch, chain 1, and for the next 3 rows you are just going to be putting 1 half double crochet into every stitch. Now to end your row, make a slip stitch. Now we're going to decrease, so chain 1, put 1 single crochet into the first stitch, 1 single crochet into the second stitch, and then the third and fourth stitch you're going to have double crochet together, so yarn over, insert into the third stitch, yarn over and pull through, yarn over, insert into the fourth stitch, yarn over, pull through, then yarn over and pull through all of the loops. That was a decrease half double crochet stitch. Now you're going to continue to repeat that. So 1 single crochet, half double crochet into the first stitch, 1 half double crochet into the second stitch, and then you're going to half double crochet the third and fourth stitch together. Repeat this process all the way around till you get back to the beginning. Seeing it getting smaller, so you curve it in. So slip stitch into your first stitch, and now you're going to do 2 rows, slip stitch, chain 1. Now you're going to do 2 rows of half double crochet. You're not going to increase or decrease at all. Here's what it will be looking like. See, it's coming more of a octopus head looking thing. So now slip stitch into your first stitch, and we're going to do another decrease row. So chain 1, put 1 half double crochet into the first stitch, and then the second and third stitch is going to be your decrease. So yarn over, insert into the second stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, insert into the third stitch, yarn over, pull through, and yarn over and pull through all of your loops. And again, 1 half double crochet in the first stitch, and then half double crochet. Did I say double crochet? I meant half double crochet. But half double crochet into the second stitch, yarn over, and half double crochet into the third stitch, then yarn over and pull through all of the loops. Repeat this pattern all the way until you get back to the beginning. Going to slip stitch into your first stitch, chain 1. Now you're going to do 1 row of half double crochet. You're not going to increase or decrease. So once you're done with that row, you are going to slip stitch into the back loop, just like that. Now you're going to put 1 half double crochet into all of the back loops. When I say back loop, this is the front loop right here. It's kind of hard to tell. And then this one is the middle loop, and then this one is the back loop. So just put 1 half double crochet in the back loop of each stitch. It's gonna have this little thing right here. That's what we want. Now here's what it looks like. Let's see if I can focus this. There we go. So it's gonna look like that. Just the hole. Now, slip stitch into your first stitch. There we go. Now, chain 1. And now every single stitch is going to be a decrease stitch, so decrease the first and second stitch, make a half double crochet, yarn over, put into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through, and then yarn over and pull through all the loops, and then decrease for the next two, half double crochet, yarn over, insert into the next, yarn over, pull through, and then yarn over and pull through all the loops. Continue this all the way around. So here's what it's looking like. And now you're going to stuff it with your polyfill. If you don't have polyfill, then you're going to take your de-shedding brush and you're going to cut some pieces of scrap yarn. Then I'm going to use an old pair of jeans so that I don't scratch up my table more than it already is. You're just going to put the scrap yarn and then you're basically just going to brush it out just like that, and that's what you're going to use to fill it, and it's also going to be on the brush. So once you have it all stuffed, you are going to make your slip stitch. I didn't do that before because it made the hole significantly smaller. And now you're going to cut a pretty big tail off and tie your yarn off. And now you're going to weave the tail in and out of each stitch, just like this. And just do this all the way around until you get back to the beginning. And you should end on the outside. Then you're going to pull it tight. Then you're going to come over to this side and pull the end of the tail. You're going to keep a little loop in your hand. Okay, let's try this again. This side, pull the loop, there we go. Then you're going to just pull that through the loop and then pull it tight. Just like that. And now you're going to pull your tail into your project. I'm not sure why I'm having trouble with this. There we go. And then just cut the excess off. Just like that. Push any stuffing that came out back in. There. That is what the head is going to look like. And now we are going to start on the tentacles. So to do that, grab your yarn, make a slip knot, and you're going to start on the right side, and then this is where your slip stitch was. So you're going to come on the right side, 2 stitches over, so the second stitch on the right, then you're going to pull the slip stitch, whoops, you're going to pull the slip knot, not the slip stitch. So got the slip knot on the hook, and then pull it through. And now you are going to chain however long you want the tentacles to be. It's going to be quite a bit shorter. I normally do between 30 and 15, depending on how long I want the tentacles to be. So this time I'm just going to do 25. So 25 chains, I'm going to make 2 more chains, so 27, and then in the 3rd chain from the hook, I'm going to make 4 half double crochets, 2, 3, and 4. And then I'm going to put 4 half double crochets into all of the other chains, and it's going to start to do a spiral thing, and it's going to shorten it up. Now here's what your tentacle should look like. If you pull it out some, it'll look longer, and over time this is what it's going to do once the stitches start to loosen up. So just pull it a little and it'll get longer. So now you're going to slip stitch into the next stitch right here. So you're in this one, slip stitch into this one, and now you're going to go across and slip stitch into that stitch, and then you're going to make another chain and do this. What I like to do is I like to make a long one, shorter one, long one, shorter one. So for this one I chained 25, and for this one I'm on now, I think I'm gonna chain 20. But you're just going to continue to make these tentacles all the way around. You should end up with 8 if you're slip stitching in one and then making the chain into the next stitch, then slip stitching, then making the chain, slip stitching, making the chain, so on and so forth. I will see you once I finish all my legs. So once you've finished your last tentacle, your 8th tentacle, you're going to slip stitch into the last stitch, just like that, and then you're going to slip stitch in the stitch that this tentacle is in, like that. Then you're going to cut and tie off your yarn, give yourself a bit of a tail so that it's easier to pull through. Now you're going to insert your hook into your project, go down to the bottom, close to where your tail is, and pull the tail through your project like that, and then cut off any extra and just kind of make sure the end is in the project, and do the same thing with the other tail. Go through the project down to the bottom and pull it through the project. Oops. There it is. Just pull it through. It's okay if some stuffing comes out, it's easy to stuff back in. Just cut it. Take your hook and stuff any extra stuff in, and there you have it, your little octopus. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video.